I'm so happy we have a real cover.
I know. It looks so good.
It feels so legit.
Yeah.
It feels so legit.
On Spotify, I was trying to make it so that the video didn't play so that you would just see our cover when you were listening just for this episode, but it won't let me. There's no way to do that.
Yeah, I've tried doing that before too, and it didn't let me.
It's annoying. You should be able to like turn off or on.
You used to be able to. So like I don't know if they took away that option. Like if you just sign up for saying video always, then it's just always video.
Well, it probably would let you if you like didn't have a file that had a video attached to it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to export it 2 times.
No, that would be a lot.
Okay, well, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devon.
I'm Brittany.
That was slow.
Yeah, you were slow too, though.
What?
You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear a millennial pause.
Do you remember that girl, Christine? She used to be an influencer, and she had that video that was like a meme around Christmas time, and she was like, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Like the Mary Chrysler?
Mary Chrysler.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was hers.
Oh, it's
I know
funny.
that like meme or sound.
But I have a sweater that says Mary Chrysler, so I was like really searching for it everywhere this morning, but I couldn't find it.
Okay, well, I just saw on TikTok that nobody should say that anymore. It's like millennial cringe.
Why?
Mary Chrysler?
Yeah.
Well, obviously it's from Vine.
It was just one person who made a TikTok that was like, okay, don't say that to me anymore. If you say that to me, then I'm not going to respond. I've had enough of the meme.
Funny. That's so lame to be like,
just
you
like,
can't say that anymore.
It's because Gen Z or like that generation would have been in like literally elementary school when the Vine came out.
Yeah.
That are now in high school.
Something that annoys me that like a lot of millennials do on TikTok is they'll get on and be like, so I learned that this isn't cool anymore because Gen Z said so. It's like, just don't say that.
No, it's such
enough of that.
That's clickbait though. That's I guess, basically a video to go viral.
So. I see that all the time about like fashion things. Like they said I can't wear skinny jeans or whatever.
Yeah, I can't tuck in my shirt anymore. I have to tuck it into my bra. Like, do whatever.
It's a whole genre of TikTok.
Yeah, it's trying to target the millennials that are like, oh, Gen Z.
And it also like triggers the Gen Z people and like they go off in the comments too. So it's actually a brilliant strategy. You should try it.
You know what is actually a really good strategy too is, you know how usually when there's like a really stupid troll in your comments, you just block them?
Yeah.
And be done with it. Well, I had this troll on I'm an introvert TikTok that I made.
Oh yeah.
And I swear that video went viral because of this troll, because he was replying to everyone, fighting with them, and everyone was fighting back with him. And like I even made a reply video to him, and like it just, I swear, because of that stupid troll telling me that I'm not an introvert, that video has like 300,000 views.
It's so
I'm
funny.
confused why being an introvert is so triggering to people.
I think because they're projecting their like social anxiety onto me. So they're like, I'm an introvert and I would never post this on TikTok. So, and they're like, I mean, it's something to be insecure about too, I think.
Yeah.
Because like being an introvert or like being shy or quiet in society is not a good thing.
They want to be like, you're actually not one of us. Like we have it worse type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Still kind of weird. There is one girl that is like taking off right now. And she, instead of saying like the millennial thing, like we can't wear this anymore, she's approaching it like, what do hot girls wear to the gym?
Yes.
What do hot girls wear to run errands? Like, what do hot girls do? And I think it's like it's like kind of self-deprecating, but it's also like it has promoted a lot of like collaboration in like her comment section and stuff. Yeah. So I really like her.
Creating the engagement and like being able to respond to things. That's like exactly what Jake Octopus Lover did.
Oh yeah.
Like being able to respond, like creating a bunch of like a community in the comments type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just made Forbes 30 under 30.
I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so cool.
It is really cool. And Robin from Girl Boss Town was a judge for the marketing, TikTok, which I think is so cool.
Did you see her video that EOS stole her campaign idea?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so crazy. What
And
would
they
you do
actually
in that
did.
situation? Like,
It's funny though that they actually like did steal it because it was like over a year later.
yeah,
They
I
probably tried
almost
to, like,
wonder. Yeah, like if like they just have like a random social media person and the person like saw it and just thought like it wouldn't be connected to her and just decided to pitch the idea or something, and it wasn't something that the
Yeah,
whole company knew of.
Maybe someone stole her idea that the whole company isn't aware of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would hope at least. But I mean, also,
But
like, how does
it
that
wouldn't
work when
surprise
she's
me.
publicly giving out ideas? Like, what is the actual
It's
laws
still
of
like
that?
her IP though.
Yeah.
My manager has been emailing with this certain dog brand that I won't name, and like it is insane to me. So all of you dog content creators, please do not give in to this exclusivity where the brand, just because it's a dog brand that makes things that dogs eat, like it's not even like specific to treats or food or supplements. It's like if your dog works with a brand that makes
Puts it
food,
in their
anything
mouth.
that's edible, then we can't work with you. Like complete extreme exclusivity. It's just like that is so unfair because
No.
dogs eat multiple different treats and supplements.
Yeah.
And to be like, oh, well, since you worked with this food brand and you have an active link in your bio for that food brand, we can't even consider working with you.
It's so crazy.
I was thinking about that brand more, and the past partners that they've had, I've seen a lot of just lifestyle influencers promote them, and now I'm wondering if that has a lot to do with it.
Because then, I mean, yeah, that would
Like when they're
probably
not
mean that
posting other
they
dog
don't
things.
work with other dog things anyways. So like it's okay to have that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with exclusivity, but you have to pay for it. And most brands are not paying $5,000 to
True.
$10,000 a month for exclusivity.
Yeah. What lip color are you wearing, Dev?
It's
so cute.
the Summer Fridays.
Berry.
Oh,
It's the
lip
brown
butter?
one. Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Does it feel nice? It looks like a gloss, but it like
I also did a lip liner. It's Charlotte Tilbury
okay.
Iconic Nude. And then I just filled it in with this.
Well, lipfluencer.
Yeah.
So I don't like when it's all like sticky. I like just it to feel like soft.
Yeah.
I know. I feel the same way about like lip glosses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's sister was using the Summer Fridays like while she was here, and I was like, maybe I should try that.
How was it? Tell us how everything
Oh
went.
my god, it was so fun. It was kind of more stressful than I was thinking it was going to be, though. Like it
in
was
what
a
way?
lot to cook for everyone.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
That
have
is
it all set up.
scary.
I think it's the other hard thing about like hosting for Thanksgiving is like because we usually do like Thanksgiving at like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ended up eating at like 4 or 5. But
That's actually amazing.
yeah, but you like have to kind of like have snacks and like prep those sort of things. So like we were like rotating those, and I was like checking on the snacks and like making sure those were full and like making sure everyone had drinks, and like Joe was making drinks the whole day.
Wait, how many people were there?
I think there was 8 of us.
Okay, that's a good size.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of food.
Yeah, it was a lot of food, but everyone loved it, and like everyone loved Joe's turkey. They were like, "This is the best turkey they've ever had," because he smoked it on the Traeger, and it was just like very juicy and like moist instead of sometimes they can get dried out. So
always,
yeah,
that's why we have to
ours
have
is
cranberry.
Like, yeah, his has never been dried out because of the Traeger, and like
I want more of that. I want more Thanksgiving food now.
I know. There's a sandwich in Montana that is at like this little deli, and it's so freaking good. And I've just been making it like over and over again. It's like basil aioli, sprouts, pickled onions, Havarti, and turkey. This is not a sandwich for Maggie, but
Maggie's like, I don't even know what you're even saying.
I'll have the basil aioli. That sounds good. Arugula good. What else is there? Turkey good.
Turkey, Havarti. Do you like Havarti cheese?
Yeah, I love Havarti.
So maybe just no pickled onions for Maggie and no sprouts.
Yeah, I could do regular onions. The pickled onions are
I need a sandwich that is turkey and cranberry. Like
there's one at a deli near us, and it's
TikTok.
so good.
I need to find like a recipe.
That Rob Lee guy, the like Hampton chef, like for the billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
He did one. Yeah, he did one. It was actually really good. He did like cranberry sauce and ketchup. He like made that mixture, and then he did gravy and mayo, I think.
Interesting.
And then like layered an egg on it with like stuffing and
This is too
We're
much.
getting way too complicated with these recipes. It's like I just want, turkey
I'm
and cheese
picturing
and a piece
the
of bread.
listeners are like taking notes.
I feel like you could do turkey, brie, and cranberry sauce. That would probably be really good.
How would you
like
do the
melted
brie? Would you like spread it?
Yeah, I would like
That
spread
would
it
be
and like
good.
toast the bread, spread the brie, do a little cranberry sauce and the turkey, and maybe like a little gravy or mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I'm not about the Thanksgiving sandwiches. That's everything touching.
That's a lot of touching. I really like
Love
brie, turkey, and apricot jam too as a sandwich.
That sounds good.
That's
I
very
like
random.
brie with apricot, like the
Yeah, the
dried.
fig one.
Yeah,
The fig one?
they're like not fully freeze dried, but they're like gummy, like
But
Huh?
what? What are you talking about?
like they're the little packaged slices of apricots. You can get them at Trader Joe's, and they're like, dried, but they're
Just
not like
dried apricot?
yeah, they're
Like
dried,
dried
but
banana.
they're not like, but they're still chewy.
I feel like that's how all dried apricots are because
Yeah.
they like
Yeah.
are so juicy.
Yes. Okay.
I forgot
Yeah,
that
that is really good.
I forgot. I don't think I've ever tried that. That would be really good though.
Making
How are your
everyone
Thanksgivings?
hungry.
What did you do?
As an appetizer, I made these crostinis that are so good. It's my favorite. It's like, those little like pieces of bread that are like hard, like they're crunchy and they come in a little bag. I put those on a baking sheet with pesto and fresh mozzarella and spices, and it's so good.
Mm.
It's like my favorite. And then we made steak and mashed potatoes, and we forgot to make the mac and cheese, which was a real disappointment. Like we literally like were setting the table and we were like, "Fuck, we forgot to
Don't
make
do mac and cheese.
It's
I know
my
we've never
favorite
done
part.
mac and cheese either
Really?
for Thanksgiving.
I
It's
love
like
it.
there's too much going on already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't like stuffing. I don't like cranberry.
Yeah, I don't like stuffing.
I really
So-
liked our stuffing.
Did you make it homemade or do you just do the box? Cam just gets the box.
We
I
did
don't
like a little bit of both. So we did like box plus like onion, celery,
Oh wow.
broth. And Joe's dad. So Joe, we have like this running joke with Joe's dad where he like adds cayenne to everything, and he adds like a lot of cayenne to stuff. And there's like a tiny little kick to the stuffing, and he's like, "Yeah, I added cayenne to it." It's like, okay,
That's my
that's what I'm
sister.
tasting here.
That's funny. Wait, so did they all stay with you or just his sister?
So his sister actually ended up staying at the Airbnb. His parents got an Airbnb like just down the street from us, which was perfect.
Oh, that's convenient.
And so his brother just ended up staying with us. But it was kind of like good because they have a 1-year-old. Like our niece is 1 year old now. And she still needed like nap time in the morning and the afternoon. And so like we didn't have to worry about being like super quiet or anything
Yeah.
while she was napping. So
True.
they would just take her back. It was literally 5 minutes from our house or less. And then she would come back. But she was so cute. She's like
That's so sweet.
running around. She's just like this little like wobbly bean, like running
Yeah.
around, like
Do
laughing.
you have pictures
giggling.
of her?
Yeah, I'll send you guys videos and pictures.
Yeah,
She's
I
so
want to
cute.
see
Her name is
That's
CJ.
so cute. Oh,
CJ.
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah. She's just like such a little personality. It's funny like how much a year changes them. Like
I know.
in the Blink of an Eye, they're like an actual
That is so
year.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then it goes by so fast too, that first year.
I know. It spun. But yeah. Did you do Thanksgiving with both your parents, Dev?
Yeah. I went to my I don't do double dinners though. Like I go to my mom's house, then I go to my dad's house, and then I go back to my mom's house for a little bit. But I made Brussels sprouts. I always make the Brussels sprouts, and this year I did balsamic glaze all over them, like that restaurant that we went to in Palm Springs.
How did you do it? I
So
feel like I
fucking
always burn mine when I do that.
I like them burnt, but I cook them on a pan.
Do you put the balsamic glaze on like first or like
No,
after
after.
they're done?
Once they're done, I'll
Oh.
like put them in a bowl and then put the glaze all over and just mix it around.
Okay.
But I cook them in olive oil and a little bit of like bone broth. This year I did veggie broth, but
Oh.
usually I'll do like chicken broth just to like absorb some more flavor and make them softer. But you like them like crunchier and stuff. I like them soft and crispy.
Yeah. I like them like the perfect amount of crispy and soft. But not
What do
burnt.
you mean you don't do 2 dinners? You just don't eat at your dad's?
I
when you
eat at
go
my
over there?
dad's, but not my mom's.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
So did you
I
make the Brussels
always-
sprouts for your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad's mom was a really, really good cook. So I think that's why I always did dinner with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now like my dad makes the same food that she did. So I just have never done dinner at my mom's. My mom like had food. She did the order food
Yeah.
and heat it up. And she said it wasn't that good. It was really bland. So I don't know.
Yeah.
My mom started doing that because like my parents used to host Thanksgiving for everyone. And my mom started like ordering a lot of the food. And it just made her life so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard juggling all those things and you can't cook it all at the same time. So then like you have
Yeah.
to worry about like keeping everything warm too. And like
Yeah.
it's so stressful.
One of my most stressful times, like if you want to see me stressed out, it's when everything is basically done and like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like 5 things that you have to do at the same time and it's all done at the same time. Like I
Oh my
cannot
God,
handle that.
yes.
Even
And
just
then-
normal
ugh.
dinner, let alone Thanksgiving.
I know.
Yeah. And then you have so much to clean up after.
I
know.
literally, we still have dishes like that I have to put away.
I'm
Ugh,
very
I hate
happy
that.
that part of the family chipped in to do the dishes because I was done after cooking. I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
tapped out.
Yeah, that's really nice.
But I
Yeah,
did
I
get a
did
lot
none
of
of
like
them.
good ideas from TikTok this year. Like, have you guys used a potato ricer?
I don't even know what that is.
I know, I didn't even know it existed either, but it's basically like this like contraption where you can like push it down, like push the mashed potatoes in, and then it like perfectly creams them. So like you know how like there's sometimes like little chunks of potato still like in the mashed
Yeah.
potatoes?
Mhm.
This like completely makes them
That makes it
Whoa.
easier because
Kinda
like,
like
that's
a
the hard
fry
part, trying to
maker?
freaking
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a, I'm trying to think of the word, like a sieve kind of thing. Like it's like,
But you
know,
put it in once it's cooked, so it's already soft.
yeah, once it's cooked, and then like they're like, you know, really soft to the fork, and then you just like push them in this like masher,
Wow.
and then it just makes, it was like so freaking nice, and the potatoes were so smooth. I think these are like the
Wow.
best potatoes we've ever made. And the other thing I got from TikTok was you heat up the milk and butter before you put it in, because like I've always put cold milk and cold butter
Same.
in, and they said like that makes it more gooey versus like heating them up beforehand.
Oh my God, I
makes them creamy.
think that's how I fucked up because literally I messed up our
Yeah.
potatoes. They were like a texture I've never seen before. Like
Yeah.
kind of how our potatoes in Palm Springs I think were supposed to be. Like they were that like just very, very soft and mushy, like too creamy
Yeah.
almost. Because I usually do it in the stand mixer. But I think maybe I just mixed it too much. And the
Yeah.
cold milk.
I know. I was
Interesting.
like, this is genius. But it was like 2 little TikTok videos. I was like, well, I'm going to try this.
Yeah, we took the TikTok of where you cut the potatoes, like you slice them first before boiling them, so then the skin just peels off super easily. But it did
Oh.
not come off as easily
I
as in
know.
all the TikTok videos.
I still peeled mine this year. I did see that people left the skins on, but I was like, I'm not gonna deal with that.
Yeah, we tried it. It was okay.
Yeah.
You said you've been reading?
Yes, I'm back in my reading era. it really disappeared. I had a hard time like getting into any books for a long time. I read Yellowface over
Okay.
Thanksgiving. Have you guys read that one yet?
No, but I've
No.
seen
What
it.
is
Was
it
a
about?
Reese's book club, I think.
Yeah,
Pick.
it's basically like this girl is really, there were 2 writers. They're 2 writer friends, and one is really successful, one is not. The one that's really successful is Asian, and she ends up dying. This is like the very beginning of the book, so it's like not giving anything away. And she takes her manuscript, her finished manuscript, but like the thing about this is like the girl that's really successful doesn't like type it on Word or anything. It's all written on a typewriter, so there's no like trace
course.
of the manuscript. And so she takes it and becomes like really successful, and then it's all kind of like about what
Oh.
happens like after she takes the manuscript and publishes it under her own name and everything else.
And it's
So,
good.
Interesting.
It's really good. It's a really good like mystery. There's like little twists and turns like all throughout it.
Cool.
So that was really good. And then I just started the It Girl. By it's something that it's been out for like a while now, but I think I've tried reading it a handful of times, but like I'm hooked. I'm already like 60% of the way through.
I need to see.
By Ruth Ware.
That
And this one
I can
is
see
about like
the freaking cover.
yeah,
Okay,
you know
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's on your want to read list.
Okay.
I can just see it says Devon want to read like underneath.
Psychological thriller about a murder at Oxford.
Oh, that's not what the titles would sound like it would be about.
I know. And then the convicted killer ends up dying, and it like brings up a lot of like questions about like if he was the right convicted murderer or not.
Oh.
It's
Sounds
good.
good.
And it's kind of in that format of like before and after.
Oh, I
so
love
they
that.
like are present day, and then like they revert back to like what happened. Like
That's
while
one
they
of
were in
my
school.
favorite writing styles, I
Me
feel
too.
like.
Me too. I think that's like, so I was looking because I was wanting to like figure out what I wanted to read next. And I went back to some of my favorite books and like the suggestions of like underneath them. And some of my favorite books have that like back and forth style. And I think that's why this one like was recommended as well, because it has like the back and forth. But I still
Yeah, I
haven't
love
like
that.
decided if I want to do like any of the fantasies. I know like those are super in like Iron Flame and stuff, but
I
so
like
far.
literally cannot stop thinking about anything else, doing anything else. It's my whole TikTok For You page. I've convinced several people to just read it now just so I can talk to people about it. Like
Did you finish the second book or whatever?
in one day.
Isn't
in
that
one day.
huge?
Literally, yeah, it's like I don't know how many pages. But
Did you
apparently
like
there's
wake up
more.
and start reading it?
I started it. I finished Fourth Wing at like 7 p.m. and then I read Iron Flame from like 7 to 11. And then I woke up in the morning, read for a few hours, and then just read the entire day and finished by nighttime.
That's so funny.
It is
Holy
so
shit.
good. Like I can't even describe how good it is. And like I don't even know how to accurately like give a description of the book to make people want to read
I
it.
need to try it because I'm just curious if I would be that into it.
I know.
I think you would. Like it's very interesting, and it's right off the bat very interesting because it's like
But that's when I was listening to the Toast, they are saying exactly opposite of what you're saying.
well, how often
think
do I
they're
agree
book
with
girlies?
them?
What?
Do
They
you
are
think they're
book
really
girlies, yeah.
girlies?
One of them
Really?
has a book podcast.
But like Claudia, like I'm probably more Claudia's taste of reading. Like I probably like her things more, and they do.
Claudia was
like
saying
it a
that
lot.
there's a lot of world building and it's hard to get into.
I personally love world building. Like that's the whole
Oh.
fucking point of fantasy to me is like describing everything in the world and teaching you about
Yeah.
it. But the reason that I like Fourth Wing more than ACOTAR of the world building is I felt like in ACOTAR the world building was so slow at the beginning, where this like puts you in the action immediately and you're confused. Like you're like, I don't really understand the world. But then throughout the two books, you just learn more and more and more about the world. But there's like action happening throughout the whole thing. It's basically like it's like there's this continent basically, and they've told everybody in the continent that the dragons are like working with the humans to protect each other, and everyone outside of the continent is kind of like bad, not like bad, but like not a part of it. And there was this big revolution and everything, and at the end of the revolution they're separated. They have these, they're called wards, which is like a protective barrier around the whole continent that like protects them from people trying to invade them and stuff. So basically when you're growing up, it's kind of like Divergent, where there's different like categories that you decide to go to. So this girl, she's very short. She's like 5 foot. She's very weak. She has like bone and muscle issues where she has a lot of problems. So she was always supposed to be a scribe and be the one like documenting the history and doing this scribe school. But then there's called riders. They're the dragon riders quadrant. And basically her mom forced her to go into that quadrant rather than the scribe. So everyone thinks like she's going to die and she's not going to be able to handle it and stuff. And you like, there's like fighting. You have to bond with dragons. There's a lot of good sex scenes. There's like everything. It's so good.
Okay. I need to try it to see if maybe that's
I know.
just not my genre, or because I stopped reading
Maybe.
ACOTAR. I'm gonna finish it, but like I just wanted a break from it because I
break.
wasn't like,
didn't you finish the second one?
yeah, I'm like halfway through the third one, and I'm not like, oh my god, I need to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I think that I got tired of romance, so I needed a flip to like thriller,
Yeah.
like psychological thriller stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm so particular about my thrillers that
Yeah.
I definitely have to like sift through them.
I've always loved fantasy. Like if you're not a fantasy person, then you maybe wouldn't like it. But like if you like to me, it's literally Divergent, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, and Twilight combined. Like it's like all of them together.
Cool. I've been watching Harry Potter, the movies.
I know. I need
it.
It's so great at wintertime.
I know. I love it.
We started it, but like it was kind of like everyone was talking and everything, so like I couldn't pay attention to it. But I definitely want to get back into it again because I don't really remember anything that happened in any of the movies.
Yeah. For some reason too, like it is kind of scary and intense, but it's so cozy at the same time.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like it is really intense. So
I
why
just,
is
like,
it so cozy?
I don't know. I just like having it on, and I don't know.
I just like want the fireplace on.
Yes.
And do you have a fireplace in Arizona, Dev?
I don't know. I do not.
Do you have a fireplace, Maggie?
Uh-huh.
I love the fireplace. We need to get it fixed. I need to tell Joe to hire somebody.
Well, we covered up the real fireplace with the electric fireplace.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about... I like a real fireplace on vacation, but like if I'm actually like doing it every night and
Then you're
putting the
never
fire
gonna do
out and
it.
shit, I would never
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Joe did it every time for us in
That's
our
nice.
old place.
Yeah, I
really
would
like
just
having
never
it,
use
but it
it.
is kind of a pain to like get all the wood because like we have to like hire somebody to like bring us the wood.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it was a lot to like maintain that, but
Yeah.
our fireplace was so nice because it like heated up our entire like living room.
Yeah,
So we like didn't have to use.
that's how our
the heat
fake
as
one
much.
is too.
I just put
Really?
a video of
Yeah,
a
so-
fireplace on my TV.
I do love that too. I like when it has the sounds, though,
Yeah.
like the nice wintry sounds.
Crackling.
Yeah.
Oh my god, except I did that the other day when I was reading and there was like a faint owl or something in the noise and I thought it was real life for hours. Like I was like, what the fuck is that bird? And then I realized it was in like the winter scape thing that I was
my
watching.
god, that's funny.
That is really funny. Does your fireplace like make sound or do you like having the extra sound from the TV?
Mine does not make sound. No, it's silent.
They should invent
You can
that.
just change colors
Yeah.
and the speed. It goes fast or slow.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Aspen. We're going to Aspen on Sunday.
Ooh.
I'm excited to see it in like Christmas time.
That's very
I want to
exciting.
go
I think
there
it'd be
so
really
bad.
pretty.
What are you gonna do?
It's for that deal with one of my clients. I'm so
Oh,
freaking excited.
That's so exciting.
We're doing like a photo shoot for her. So I
So
don't
you
think I
get
told
to like
everyone.
be on the set? No, you haven't told.
Yeah,
the podcast.
I'm gonna be on the set, and it's so funny. We're shooting on the mountain, and so they were like, "Oh, are you gonna come skiing with us?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I am!" And they're like, "This is the first time an agent's ever like come with us on the mountain."
Oh my god! Wait, so
So-
do they like shoot while skiing? Type like how do
Yeah,
they
I
do
think
that?
so.
Okay.
They asked her to pick out like a handful of locations in Aspen.
Do they use like lighting and stuff too? Like, are they carrying ring lights down
I
the
don't
mountain?
know.
Are
I
the
have no
ski
idea. I would
resorts
take a bunch
open?
of like BTS, and then like when I'm allowed to post it, I will. But
That'll be so cool.
I'm really, really excited.
What'd you say, Dev?
Are the ski resorts open?
Yeah,
already?
they opened. Aspen opened on Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving.
Holy shit! I can't believe it's that time again already.
Yeah.
My car was literally frozen this morning at 9 a.m. when I went out to get Starbucks. I had to fully scrape my windshield and
I
everything.
hate that. Do you guys use your garage or no?
Well, right now it still has boxes that we have not unpacked yet, but ideally we'd like to use the garage. But the garage isn't insulated, so I don't even know how much it would help.
Yeah.
It's like
it'd probably
fucking
help a little
freezing
bit for
in
the
there.
ice. I hate scraping off the car.
And our laundry room is still in the pantry that's not insulated. So like I go to do laundry and it's like fucking 30 degrees in there and I'm like freezing my ass off.
Did you guys have to buy a new washer and dryer?
No.
Okay, that's good.
My dad bought it for us when we moved into our rental and then we moved it here.
I can't believe you bought a washer and dryer for your rental.
My dad did.
But still, like they
Yeah,
like
they didn't
come
have
with
any.
it.
No.
I've been seeing a lot more rentals that don't supply like fucking appliances, like even refrigerators and stuff, which I think is insane.
That is insane.
Our renters were horrible. Like our fridge was broken. The ice was broken, but it was cool. And the light also was broken inside of it. But they said since it was still cool, they didn't need to fix it.
That's so bizarre.
That's really annoying.
Yeah. Same with the microwave. The microwave also broke it. They said it was not necessary.
What the fuck?
So they just said, no, we don't have to fix this. We're not going to fix it. Good luck.
Yeah. So that's like when you like own a house and everyone's like, you have to handle everything yourself. And then obviously that's harder. Like,
You're like,
yeah,
I've
but
already
like
been
I
doing
always had to do that. Like I've never had a renter, a landlord that like helped with things. And when we lived in Tucson, this guy, his name was Frank, and he had like long hair and he was this like rocker dude. He seemed like he was on drugs all the time. He was like the property manager. And whenever we tried to tell him anything, like our air conditioning would break. And that's like the house gets to 90 something pretty quickly in Tucson. And then he'd just say he's always in back country. That's always what he'd say. He'd be like, I'm out in back country. I can't answer right now. Like, what? Where is back country?
Like literally off the grid. And you probably shouldn't be like or like you need to hire a management company.
He worked for the management company. He wasn't the owner. It was so bad.
Oh my God.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, I've never had people who help, so it's actually kind of nice to just like take responsibility.
Take care of it yourself.
Except I went over to my friend's house yesterday or on Sunday, and she just bought a new house, and she was talking about covering the hose. Like the hose needs a cover or else your pipes can freeze and burst in your walls. And I was like, oh, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, you have to drain them and turn them off.
Wait, you have to drain it?
You have to like drain the hose and then cover it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I need to figure that out.
I could never
this week.
live in a cold climate.
Yeah. There's so many little things like that, like winterizing your yard. You're supposed to do.
What the fuck does that mean?
Could you hire someone to do all of that?
You could, but I'm sure it's like annoyingly expensive.
Have you guys seen the TikToks about the leaves?
No.
Okay, so you know how like everyone like you break the leaves, you put them in bags, everybody takes the leaves away, everyone blows their leaves.
Yeah.
This girl said that the leaves are supposed to fall in that way to protect the tree's roots, and it's like part of the whole system that like then they just go back and they like are compostable. They go back into the earth if you just leave them.
Well,
but I'm like,
I'll tell you what, I can attest to that because we don't rake our leaves and they are just sitting there.
Well, we haven't either this year, so I'm like, do we just leave them? But like, will they actually go away?
I think people just do it because it looks better and cleaner. Like people aren't doing it because like I'm gonna be drowning in leaves. You know, like it's just gonna keep.
Yeah, I think it's just so it looks better.
I think we're the only people in our neighborhood that didn't rake our leaves.
I start to feel bad. Like now that we own the house, I'm like, I don't want people to think that are like to be that house on the block. Or everyone's like,
I know. I'm always the last one to bring my trash cans in, and I'm like, God, I don't want to be that person. But like, and I'm like home all day long too. I'm just like, I don't want to go outside and bring them in.
No,
understandable.
I think that's so understandable. Thank God for Joe.
I do have crazy ass neighbors across the street from me though. They're old, and the woman is like constantly screaming at her husband about things like outside in the front yard, screaming.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's so, and the cops come all the time.
For them?
My neighbors call the cops, or maybe she calls the cops. I don't even know.
What?
But yeah, it's that's so. I mean, I'm not the worst, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Me and Joe are constantly like, if there's any sort of commotion outside, we like run upstairs and like look out the window.
Yeah,
like,
I have my front door
crack
open, so I'm like trying to listen. Like, what's she complaining about now?
Yeah,
she had a broken window, and her husband wasn't being a man to fix it, or something ridiculous.
How old are they?
So funny.
Like in their 70s. Yeah.
They're just like so done with each other for life.
She is psychotic though. Like she is outside, out front, screaming. And then she'll slam her, like go in the house and slam the door. And you'll hear her like blood curdling screaming inside the house. Like,
does she have like a mental problem?
Obviously.
But like dementia or something?
I think the husband has dementia.
That's not a very good combo.
No, it's
That's
really
so
bad.
Dev, can you share your news?
Oh, I'm going to meet with a guy.
To meet with, to go on a date with.
Devon's going on a date.
I don't know if it's a date.
Devon does
It's
dating.
a date. It is a date.
That's a date. What else would it be? A friend meetup?
Coffee. Yeah.
Coffee is a date.
Does it make you feel better to call it just coffee?
Yeah, sure. If that.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Okay.
you're going to coffee. But everyone
Just a
else
quick
on the
drink.
podcast, we know what that means.
Are you going to like a Starbucks or like a small coffee shop or like what is
There's
the
a different
vibes?
coffee shop. I've never been
What
there.
does that
so I don't
mean?
know.
Like
it's not
very cryptic.
Starbucks.
like a
It's-
local business.
I guess, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon?
We haven't picked a time yet. He said he'd text me later this week to pick a time.
Is it on Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday. Ooh. 2 days.
I got really excited because when I first read your text, I thought it was today. So I was like, oh my God, like it's right after we record. Like, how exciting.
Oh my God, no. See,
Do you know
like
what
I'm
you're
not
gonna wear?
excited about it. No. Haven't really
Well,
thought
I
about
think
it.
that's normal that you wouldn't be excited. I wouldn't be excited. I would be freaking out.
Yeah. And it's like a blind date. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
like there's
know.
nothing to really be excited about
Yeah.
Well,
except
I'm
potential.
excited.
I don't imagine anything's going to come of it.
Well, not with that
Growth,
attitude.
personal growth,
Yeah. Personal growth.
friendship, conversations, maybe attraction. Who
Going
knows?
outside your comfort zone.
He is tall, so there's hope.
That's good.
Are you going to make a video about it? Or how does that
I
work
know.
in like
I
an
know.
actual dating situation?
I probably will just do like a get ready with me. But then like I don't know if I should call it a date.
You could say, you should say, I'm getting ready for coffee with a boy I don't know. And
Yeah.
then like your comment section will be like, so you're going on a date.
Yeah.
Well, did
We'll trigger
he
people so
say
they'll comment.
coffee?
So my mom's really good friend, Amy, who did my chemical peel on Sunday night, her husband is a firefighter, and they just, everybody always, oh, are you dating? Why aren't you dating? And then I'm like, we talk about it, and then they're like, who can we set her up with? Who can we set her up with? And then they're like, oh, this guy. And he's really nice. He kept saying he's so nice. He's the nicest person ever. He's really nice. And then
You're like, I get it.
Sent him my phone number and was like, just go out to coffee. So Mike, the guy who is my mom's friend, was like, just go out to coffee. Ask this girl to go to coffee with you. So I don't know. So he texted me.
I'm so excited.
Except he's 25.
Yeah.
I'm curious like what the conversation and everything will be like for that.
Yeah, and it'll probably be about like the people that our mutual people that we know.
That is
But that's
helpful. That's a
fine.
good icebreaker.
That's
like,
a fine icebreaker, I think.
Yeah.
mhm.
Like
He
you don't
does have
to-
his shit together for a 25-year-old. Like,
That's what I was
he's a
gonna
firefighter,
say.
So
Like he has a stable job. He's not like right out of college. Like
yeah.
it is. Once it's 25 to 30, like I feel like there's a big difference between 23 and 25. Like,
Yeah.
he's a firefighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with that sort of job, it's like you probably take life a little more seriously too.
yeah, and like have older coworkers that
Yeah.
like teach you.
Yeah.
How exciting!
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you.
I love a firefighter. That'd be good for you too. Like the scheduling, would you like that? Like how they're gone for days?
Yeah.
They're only gone for one day.
Wait,
What?
They only work one day a week?
Well, no, but they're on 24, off 48. So it's not
Oh,
like, and then this cycle repeats.
so they are only working 3 24 or 2?
I get it. Just every 2 days they're off, and then they work,
Gotcha.
and then they're off, and then they work.
Interesting.
That would be such a hard schedule.
I don't think it is. My brother loves it.
Does your brother do something like in the off time? Like, does he have like a different hobby, like woodworking or
The gym.
the gym?
Yeah.
Did you just spend like 3 hours at the gym?
Probably. I don't know.
Because, like, a lot of the time they're just sitting in the firehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can they work out and stuff there?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
What is this like?
Yeah, they.
Well, it's
I mean,
so
they
interesting.
Cook, they clean.
Is
Sometimes
the
they'll
pole
all
a real
go and
thing? I feel like
play.
I've asked that before about your brother.
My brother worked at one that had a pole, but it was a really old one. They don't really. Most of the fire stations now are single level, at least here.
Do you know the answer to this question? Me and Cameron always wonder. The person in the back of a fire truck. I don't think they even have that in Arizona, maybe. There's a guy driving in the back of the fire truck on top of it. And like he has a full steering wheel and everything. But we're like, what is he controlling? Because there's also obviously the front driver. Like maybe it just like turns the back a little.
Maybe. I don't know if we have that.
That
would be a ladder truck, clearly, but I don't think our ladder trucks have that.
Interesting. Maybe it's just an out here thing.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I know about that. I don't think our fire trucks have that.
Oh, yeah, a ladder truck. I guess just a really big one. Huh. Maybe because they're old, too. That would make sense. Are you guys freaking out about this dog respiratory thing? Because I have to take my dog sporting.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I asked my girl because we think we're gonna board Rosie, and she like has additional precautions she's taking, so maybe that would help you.
Okay,
like,
I was gonna ask.
She's telling everyone like if you are going to go to dog parks or like a different daycare or interact with a bunch of dogs, like you can't come like to my boarding. Like,
okay,
you have to choose me or like those other things, and if you go do that, like you need at least like a week quarantine.
Okay.
I also think that it's kind of like COVID in like some dogs die from it, but a lot of dogs are okay.
Yeah.
And also like when this was initially coming out, people like vets didn't know what it was and they didn't know what to give them. Like, so that's why it got really bad. Whereas now I think they're more prepared. Like if your dog has a cough, they're going to start them on an antibiotic right away or whatever.
That's what's so weird is like literally because it started in Oregon. That was like the first cases of it. And then that night when we had to take Finley to urgent care, he came home from boarding and they were like, whoa, this is so weird. We've had 5 other cases from boarding of dogs coming in sick. So then we thought it was whatever that same thing was. Yeah. But it turns out that was the sickness or whatever. So I don't know. But also Finley has a vet appointment on like in a few weeks. And I'm like, should he be going to the vet?
They say to make sure they're up to date on their vaccines.
Yeah, and he needs to be to go to boarding.
Like, cleaning and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking that was kind of my mindset at first. I was like, well, I don't want my dog to die, so I'm just going to keep her in the house and not do anything. No. And then it's like, well, I can't do that to her, so I don't know.
And then also the videos I see of dogs who did die, it's like people are like, I didn't even take them to boarding, I didn't even take them to doggy daycare, like it was just in my front yard, or like it was just on walks. And I'm like, okay,
so it's like, okay, well, I can't take her outside then.
Yeah. And people who live in apartments and like have to take their dog to go potty multiple times a day.
Yeah. That is a little scary. I wonder if there's like other, like, you know how you could just like boost immune systems for humans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna like get Willow some like immunity vitamins or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll look that up.
Make those like veggie squares.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, good plan. I'll do that. That'll make me feel better. I don't know if I told you guys, but the boarding place was full on actual Christmas, so we're not going home till the 27th.
Oh.
I'm just going to go from the 27th to the 31st.
That's sad.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's only 3 full days. So, we have to decide how to split that up.
I'm sure your family's going to be happy about that.
What?
When were you going to go?
Like the 23rd.
If you were my sister, I would kill you.
I know. And my sister's family.
Let's talk about holiday stressors.
I know, right? I would be like, I just like very, Christmas is just like my favorite thing ever. Yeah. The worst Christmas of my life was when my dad's brother and his family didn't come here for Christmas.
Aw.
I like cried all day on Christmas. It was ridiculous. Like I was so depressed. So like I need everyone to be fucking home.
I haven't been home for one Christmas on the actual day since I moved.
Really?
It's unacceptable.
My sister isn't coming to Christmas this year, and I'm pretty bummed. But
which
that's
one?
what it is. My middle sister.
Hmm.
So
That does suck.
she had plans to come, and now she's not coming.
Yeah, I think that's also the problem is I get so excited and I'm like, I'm coming on this day. And then I'm like, actually, the boarding place is full, so I cannot do that.
Have you ever tried like hiring a dog sitter or anything?
No. I did try it once. I downloaded the app and I messaged a few people and then I just got scared.
I know,
but our
I did
friends
too.
do have a person from Rover that they trust, so I would maybe think about using that same person, but I don't know.
That's what my cousin does.
She uses Rover.
Mm-hmm. Or something like that. I'm sure it's
The
Rover.
fact that they could stay in your house, I feel like is
Yeah.
ideal.
Yeah.
But then also, did you see the video Melanie posted
Mm-hmm.
about that service where people like you rent out your house basically and then they'll watch your pets for free because like they're just coming on vacation and then get to use your
that
house
is
to
cool.
stay.
I don't know how I feel about that though. Because
It's
you don't have
hard.
somebody
It's
who, like,
again hard
knows
to vet
dogs.
someone.
Yeah.
But people who do that are like they are living off of that, I think. There's a lot of people that like, especially like if you wanted to move to LA or Washington or something, then you'd like just line up a bunch of dog sitting stays and that's where you would stay.
Yeah, I think it's so cool when people do that out of the country.
Yeah.
Like they just do that like all around Europe and stuff. It would be so
Mhm.
fun.
That is cool. I think I decided, speaking of Europe, I think I want to go to Europe for my 30th and go skiing.
Oh, in the winter.
Yeah.
Like Switzerland?
So I'm having Joe do a Maggie and do presentations on each of the Icon Pass locations.
Love that.
So our choices are Chamonix in France, which I like. I would love it. It's like bougie, like Aspen, and then Zermatt in Switzerland, Dolomites in Italy, and I don't know what the mountain is in Austria, but there's Austria too.
Wow.
So
could you do
we're gonna do some
multiple of them?
research. I don't know. I actually also am gonna probably message your cousin.
Yeah.
Because I know she went to each of them last year.
Yeah, she did them all.
So I might ask her too what she liked the best.
That would be
I feel
so
like
fun.
Didn't you ask her? Didn't she say? I feel like Austria is what she said.
She probably did tell me all of them, but I don't remember at this point.
Also, Switzerland, like when she was skiing, you could freaking see the Matterhorn. That would be so cool to me.
That
would
be like
my pick.
unreal.
I know.
Yeah.
Switzerland is definitely, I want to go to Switzerland.
I think that
so
like
bad.
my cousins did Zermatt and they like, I think their favorite was Zermatt too, but it's also like I don't want it to be like too stressful to get to. And Joe like looked up flights and stuff, and it does kind of sound like Switzerland is a little bit tough for
because you probably have to drive like after airports and stuff.
But it's so funny. I like love social media because this girl like did a comparison video. She's like, here's like, I mean, she lived in New York, so hers is a little bit skewed, but she's like, here's why you should ski in Europe versus skiing in Denver or like or Colorado. And like she came up with all these things of like how easy it is to get to, how like hotels are typically cheaper, like all this stuff.
Wow.
And half the stuff she said, like we have it taken care of. Like we wouldn't have to like rent skis or boots, and we already have the pass, which are like two of the most expensive things.
That's cool that the pass just works.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's why like Devon's cousin did it, because they bought their pass. And then
Cameron has like a lot of family in Austria, like where we could stay with them, but we're like,
really,
we don't know them. But like,
yeah, that's kind of awkward.
Has
like,
he ever been there?
No. They're like,
would he feel comfortable asking?
Kind of. I mean, his parents are like, they'd want you to stay. Like they ask for it anytime, but we're like, Like, would that be a little awkward though to just stay with random people? But they're not random, I guess. But at the same time, they are random because like we don't even know their names.
I wouldn't even want to stay with my family in England who I know.
Exactly.
Like I just because I don't know. I don't want them to feel like they have to like cater
Like
to me or
host you,
plan
yeah.
things. Yeah.
What? Okay, so they're not like close family that you guys have there.
No, it's probably like
Pretty
aunts and
close.
uncles for like great aunts and uncles or whatever. Like the
Yeah.
second tier family.
That's so funny. I like love staying with my aunt in England. I'm like, I'm coming.
But you like know her.
Yeah.
I'm shy, remember? I'm not supposed to be saying that anymore, but
I think you can say that.
that's my New Year's resolution which I'll talk about in a different episode. But like the stories you tell yourself about yourself become true. Like I need to stop saying that I'm shy so that I'm not bad at talking to people.
No.
So
Yeah.
It is crazy what our subconscious like picks up on.
mm-hmm.
And just like the words that you speak become so true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thoughts become things.
It's so true.
Okay, are we doing a holiday episode or?
Yeah, I'm like, we've kind of been talking about the holidays, but like, what else do we talk about?
Didn't someone have like a question that gave us the idea to make this into an episode?
Yeah, just
I
like,
think like prepping for the holidays, dealing with the holidays.
Would love to hear about your favorite holiday traditions, maybe a self-care episode about how to take care of yourself during the holidays, but still embracing enjoying them since it can be busy and stressful.
Ha, yes. That one.
I think like I just said, I love Christmas so much and I hate how quickly the season goes by.
Yeah.
So like since it's almost December, I'm doing this thing where it's like, fuck, the holidays are already over. Like I'm trying to like embrace it as much as possible while it's here.
yeah.
And
I
it's
completely
hard.
agree. I was just freaking out about that last night because I was like, okay, we need to go get a tree this weekend, but I also want to decorate this weekend. And then Cam was like, okay, so we probably have to wait till next weekend to get the tree. And I'm like, but then we'll literally have the tree for 3 weeks. Like, what? And he's like, well, if it's only 3 weeks, like, why do we do everything? And I'm like, that's the whole point of Christmas.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too. I think that I like to that's why I like to decorate so early, like in November. I think it was like the first or second week of November. I was like, let's put up the tree.
Yeah.
And
because it goes by so quickly and you do so much. It's a lot.
Yeah. And especially because we leave for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like, it's just nicer to be able to like enjoy that time. I also like, that's one thing though, like my dad the last few years has not had like anything Christmas wise. And I'm like, this is not okay with me. Like, I need you to decorate for Christmas.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't this year, like by the time we get there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the store and like order a bunch of stuff for Amazon.
That would be fun too.
That would be like a fun present. Did you get outside lights? We just bought lights for the outside and I'm so excited.
We didn't.
I've never decorated outside.
I'm going to try to this year. My mom and sister are going to help me because I never do because like I'm a single white female. I can't.
I was like, Joe, can you just like pop up on the roof and like put the lights up? But he's like, nah. So maybe next year we'll get outside lights. My dad used to do like extreme outside lights. He would like decorate our like massive evergreen trees, like the ones in the front yard, just like do them all up.
My dad does a huge thing that goes across the street. Like he does it to the neighbor's house. There's like a giant light strand and then he hangs like a giant wreath in the middle of the street. So like when you drive under it, it's like there's lights above and a wreath and everything.
That's really cute.
You can straight up see, and then he decorates like the flagpole and he does like, he has this like Santa that's in a plane dropping presents. And then like there's presents separately from that like I think my mom made that are like hanging down. So it's like the plane has presents dropping, but literally when you're like 3 streets away and going down the main road, like you can see my dad's house. You're like, that's the one.
I feel like he has to do that as like an electrician, right?
Yeah, probably. It's like his duty.
I really want to go look at people's Christmas lights this year. There's always like so many things that I want to do.
Yeah.
I know.
And then you never have time. And when you
In
think about it, there's
Austin-
only like what 2-3 weekends left to like do things.
That's what
Yeah.
sucks is that it's the weekends. Like it's
Yeah.
you only have a few, and then it's like, okay, what activities do we want to squeeze into that? I'm really excited because one of our friends is having a white elephant party on a Thursday next week, so it's
Oh,
like
that's
kind of
fun.
fun. Yeah, it's like a weekday.
I like that. I want to go to like a Christmas market, I think, this year.
I don't think I have. Like, I don't think they have that here. Maybe
You
they
should
do.
check. Or like check like local Oregon influencers.
That's a good
Or
idea.
Seattle influencers.
The
I
thing
do
that's
always-
become really big here in Phoenix is like the hotels will make like a big Christmas
Oh.
festival with like a bunch of lights to walk around and look at, except it's fucking expensive.
Really?
Like
You have to
everything
pay
is
for
so
it?
expensive. Yeah. There's like this one hotel that does this huge Christmas carnival like every single day for the month of December or whatever. And they have like Ferris wheel and like slides and like big igloos that you can rent out to sit in and like drinks. And it's like really cool. But it's like $100 a person once everything is like added up, you know?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of a lot.
That is a lot. We do the Christmas like lights in Zilker Park in Austin usually. I think they're kind of
What's-
fun.
What do they do?
It's just like the park is like really big and they just have like a bunch of Christmas lights. The last 2 years they've done it driving for COVID, but pre-COVID they had it like as a walking thing, which was really fun.
Walking is so much better than driving. We did one of those drive-through ones one year and it was so stupid. And we
I kinda like the
waited for
tradition
like
of it,
an
though.
hour. I
Yeah,
think
in
the
the
worst part was
line.
like we waited so long in the line to even be able to get in, and then it was like so quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Tucson, I think I've talked about it before on the podcast, but there's like just this neighborhood where you're like literally forced to decorate for Christmas. Like it's a requirement.
Cute.
And
I
it's
wish we
so
had that
fun.
here.
Everyone
Yeah.
walks like they have driving days, but like my family would always go on the walking days.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. So we tried like doing a driving one here. It's at like the racetrack, and they just set things up all along the racetrack, and we took the dogs, but it's like a 10-minute thing once you're in
Yeah.
there. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. Like,
Yeah, it's dumb.
The one in Zilker Park, because the park is so big, like it was definitely I think we definitely spent like an hour doing the walking one.
yeah, walking.
Like
is
it was
just
really,
better.
really big.
Sounds so fun, like with the hot chocolate or something,
Yeah.
and like walk. Oh yeah, I want to do that.
But then also like because it's so cold, like I was gonna look up, they do like a tree lighting in our downtown, and like they have a big tree and like the town gets together, but it's always on a weekday, and I'm like, I never want to actually go on the night that it happens. I'm like,
They do
I do
it
not
on a
See,
feel
but
like
you have to
leaving.
make yourself do those things.
I
think,
know you do
because you'll remember it, and yeah, it's not like you're gonna.
yeah, you won't
regret
remember
going.
not going.
Yeah,
There's a lot of like little things like that in Denver. And I think like a lot of them, or not a lot, but at least some of them have passed. Like there's like a champagne pouring. Like they have like a champagne tower.
Oh my god, that's cute.
That they
That's
like pop
fun.
the champagne and like pour the champagne out. So that would be
Do you
fun
get
do
to
next
drink
year.
it?
Fun.
I think so.
That's so
I
fun.
wouldn't go if you couldn't drink it. I don't know. I think the self-care aspect of the question is like something I didn't really think about, and that's maybe why I like the question so much, because I was like, I think there's a lot to do with like how do you enjoy the holidays, or like how do you like traditions or whatever else. And I definitely think there's like a good balance, or like a necessary balance with like self-care. And
Yeah.
I don't know the best ways to do it, but
And there's different aspects to it, because like some people who aren't with their family and they are sad because of that, or like some people who like just hate the holidays because it brings up bad memories, or their family sucks or whatever. And then there's people like me and Maggie who are like have to make time for ourselves still with all the insanity of family and events and things going on.
yeah.
Yeah, there's so many different situations that you can be on when it comes to holidays.
Yeah.
That's so true.
But I think one thing that I've been trying to do is like do Christmassy things, or like just things that I enjoy by myself, and just like doing them. I don't need to wait for someone to be able to do them.
Yeah.
yeah,
And like
that's
just
what
like make it special for myself by myself.
Yeah,
for sure.
making your own traditions is like, I feel like such a big thing, because if you do have a like shittier family, not like a shitty, that sounds so bad. Like if you have family issues or whatever where that's a struggle, then it's really good to make your own traditions and like create new good memories and positive experiences around the holidays. But then also, like, if you need space and just that self-care time away from your family, it can be fun to just have your own things that you do with just yourself or your partner or friends or whatever, where you're like, no, this is just my time for this.
Yeah. I like the idea of making traditions like by yourself. Like, what are like little Christmas traditions that you can do? Because I think there's
I decorate my tree in my house by myself, and I'll like just put on Christmas music and get like a Starbucks. And this year, like, I have such a fond memory of putting up my tree from this year. Like, I had so much fun getting those records. Made it like really fun.
Yeah.
I always get those sugar cookies with the tree on them.
Oh yeah.
The middle. I like those ones
Those are
too.
so good.
Yeah, I definitely think like holiday baking, I could do like more baking by myself because I love baking stuff.
I'm big into like crafts. Like, I love always like either doing an actual gingerbread house or like painting one, or like we make ornaments sometimes, or like the dog print ornaments. Or also, every single year we have a tradition, but we haven't done it the last 2 years, so we need to catch up. We buy like an ornament that signifies the year. Like, growing up, my whole family would always get the ones just in the mall where it's like little peanuts or something that represents our family, or snowmen or whatever, and then we like have everyone's names. So we did that growing up, and like now we have like, oh, engaged year, we bought a house here, whatever, we got dogs this year. So that's like fun, because then you like look at the tree and you see all the different memories and like what year they happened.
We just did that this year too. We like found like, I think I forgot the brand of it, but it's like a very like what's it called? Like glass ornaments. And it's like a very similar style. And I was like thinking of stuff that me and Joe did together, like little memories of the year. And so like I got like a book stack and
cute,
a pair of ski boots, I think.
Cute.
And then I was, because I kind of like, I guess the books are more for me, but Joe got like a ranch bottle.
I love that.
It's like, oh, okay.
That's what I would want.
A year of ranch.
I guess this is like you in a nutshell. But I think that would be fun tradition to do.
That's so cute. What does your family all do for presents? That's something we were talking about in Dog Mom Club yesterday, is like, how do you budget for Christmas gifts and like plan that out for everyone?
This year, I think everybody's been pretty good at like sending lists of things that they want, which is nice.
Do you get presents for every parent, every sibling, every grandparent?
I mean, sometimes I'm not good about, like, I don't think I get my grandma something every year, even though I should. Yeah, but like for some people, I just get small things because I don't know what to get them. Like, but having a list makes it so much easier, because like they can have a list of like cheap things or like bigger things, and then we can all like pick something to get them.
I actually really like that idea of like initiating like a Christmas list for like everyone. Like, okay, everyone send me your Christmas list and I'll send them out to like everyone else.
Yeah.
But I usually just do it for like my immediate family. Like, I don't know if we're going to do anything. Like for Joe's family, we usually just do gifts if we're like together. And usually it's just like, last year we did like white elephant.
That's fun.
Which I think is fine. But I think I'd prefer to like actually get a gift versus like a white elephant.
Yeah, we do with the siblings and significant others, we do Secret Santa, so then that way we only have to do one present for everyone, but then it's like an actual present, and then we just buy presents for our parents and my grandma. But literally right before we recorded, my mom sent out a text and was like, it would make us all happy as parents if none of you bought us all presents this year, because you guys are all working very hard and saving money and having intense years, so you don't need to get us anything. I'm like, okay. Yeah, she's like, gonna go ham.
I have this weird connection to gifts in Christmas, because I think like presents, that used to be like, I was so excited that I couldn't even sleep at night. I was so excited about presents that I was getting. And then like as you get older, you kind of stop caring.
Yeah.
And now it's like a pain in the ass that I even have to make a wish list of things that I want for Christmas. And that makes me sad that,
Yeah.
and it would make me sad to not get anybody gifts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like
presents is
getting
Christmas to
presents.
me.
Yeah. I agree with that too, because there was a time like maybe like 1 or 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, where like I didn't like think about getting gifts. Like I was kind of in that like in between phase where I was like trying to save. Like I didn't have a lot of extra money, but I was like, the gifts like mean a lot. Like my sister got me like coasters, just like, and it was just like nice little marble coasters, like nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
But I just remember how much it meant to me that she like thought of me
Yeah.
and thought of something that I would like. So
Also, now with your niece, you're gonna be spending more money.
I know. Well, I did tell my sister, I was like, that's like Joe's sister, but like for my sister's kids, I was like, I want to like make them a fund. And like,
Yeah,
I don't want to necessarily give them gifts. I'd rather like put money in a fund for them that they could have like when they're 18 or like 25 or something.
That's not fun for them.
No, that's like so smart. I
know that's what I was thinking. I was like, you like can give your gift. You can give your kids like gifts and just like sign them from me or something. But like when they're like 16 and can understand like how much money, like, oh, I have $20,000 sitting in the bank because of like my aunt. Like, okay, they'll
that'd be
shut up.
sick.
That is
like,
cool.
So,
yeah,
but for I don't. That's like I think that's a little more uncomfortable for me to like be like that for Joe's sister. You know.
No, I feel like that's great. Like she'd probably really appreciate that if you explained
but I
it
feel
that
like
way.
I can't initiate that conversation. I feel like that has to be something that Joe does.
Probably. That kind of goes back to our combo in Palm Springs in that episode of like they handle their families, you handle yours.
Yeah, that is actually a really good thing too to talk about. Because I think that like it's more uncomfortable. Like for Joe, for example, like since he likes doing like some alone time and downtime, like he likes to golf. Like he's so excited to go golfing. Me just telling my dad like and making it like a non-thing that like, hey, Joe's gonna go golfing probably like 3 times while he's here. Like there's awesome courses next to your house. Like we can do stuff like with just us, like in between. But like me taking care of that versus like Joe feeling awkward and being like, oh, I have to tell your dad that I'm like going golfing.
Like morning of being like, I'm gonna go golfing. Like,
yeah,
that's so awkward.
But and I think the same thing, like just for him to be like, hey, like we're working, or like Brittany's gonna go work out, or like Brittany's, you know,
even like, and you need to set expectations with your family.
Yeah, I think groceries are always like a very stressful thing for me because I'm like, I like the things that I like to eat. I like my I like my specific milk and my like things. So him like speaking up and just saying that like relieves a lot of stress for me.
Yeah,
because I find that to be really stressful.
Food is an interesting one that I don't think of as much because Cameron's parents have a whole like guest room area where like you don't even have to enter the house to enter the guest room. I mean, like you don't have to go through the whole main area. It has a separate side entrance. There's a bathroom, a coffee maker. Like it's a very nice setup for their guest room and everything. So I feel more comfortable there sometimes than my parents' house, like when I don't have an actual room or an actual bed or something. But then the food thing, like it's not my parents' kitchen or like their house. I don't feel like 100% comfortable just like going into everything. I'm like, can you give me a water?
I know. Yeah, it's so uncomfortable. But I also feel like that was my mom too. My mom, like when my parents were still together, like my mom would always be like, hey, like what are some of your favorite things that you want at the house? And now, like since I don't usually stay with my mom, I'm like, hey dad, here's like a grocery list. But like it's something I have to like initiate because it's just like a difference between like parents, you know.
Oh, Cam's dad did give me my like those cocktail things that I liked last year, the canned cocktails. He got me those last year. That was nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, they're very sweet, trying to like make me feel at home. It's very hard to communicate your needs.
I know it is really hard,
especially because I think it's like the tough thing is that like the outward appearance of like even like our parents, but like significant other parents, like you can tell how much they're putting into like hosting and like having you there. So you're like, I don't want to ask for something more.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I mean,
But like just being honest about your needs will make everything so much less awkward and easier on everybody. I don't know why it's so hard to like convey your needs, but like I feel like it just makes it easier on everyone. So there's no like, I don't know, awkwardness and
I think I've gotten so much better at it because Cameron's so good at, like, he'll just say absolutely anything that he needs, any feelings he has, like anything, he'll straight up tell his parents. Like, no people pleasing whatsoever. I'm like, how do you do that?
I'm fine with like certain things with my parents. Like, I wanted my 4 pillows, and I was like, Dad, I need more pillows here. Like, help me out. But I would never be able to I would have so much trouble telling Joe's parents, like, hi, you didn't give me enough pillows. Like, can you bring extra?
It's funny though, because I even am envisioning myself as a mom, and I'm gonna be like my mom, still people pleasing my child. Like, I'll be like, "What do you need, sweetie? Like, I want to do everything to make you happy." Like when I have kids, still like not caring about myself. Like I do think about that. Like I want my parents and my family; they should also be selfish and do the things that they want, and like create the memories that they want, and have the holidays that they want too. It shouldn't just be like my needs.
But I think like almost there's like a way that you could just be like, what's important to you for like this holiday season? Like I feel like that's a good question to like ask like family and friends even.
That's true. Also, my mom's birthday is December 8th, and then my stepdad's birthday is the 24th on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have like birthday things too.
God, that's a lot.
What do you do for gifts then?
Just double gifts usually.
2 gifts. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I put a birthday card on one and a Christmas one in the other.
Oh my God.
Do you guys ever do, one of my favorite traditions is picking one of those families on the trees in the mall and then shopping for them?
I want to do
like,
that this year.
That's so fun.
Yeah. An angel tree.
Love it.
Is there like virtual ones?
I think they do have that now, actually. All right, let me look that up. I'm pretty sure I saw that last year. You still have to take it somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that as like a podcast tradition. Maybe, I don't know if it's too late, but like we could all chip in from like our listeners.
Oh, that's
and us. Idea. We could pick a family.
Oh, I didn't realize it's just through Salvation Army. Yeah, that you can do it online. Adopt a family sponsor registration.
I wonder if there's other organizations besides Salvation Army that do it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just not called Angel Tree. I don't know, but it's so fun. I've also done the like Toys for Tots or whatever, and like me and my dad would just go to Target or something, and you just fill up a cart with a bunch of toys and then take it to like a fire station or something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
What are you guys asking for Christmas? Do you have things on your list?
I think I want a KitchenAid mixer.
Ooh, what color?
They have so honestly, I keep like thinking back. I think I'm just gonna go for it and ask for the Crate and Barrel one. That's like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it like a cafe line or something? It's called.
It's like so. Let me look at what it's called. But I also think I kind of want a pair of skis.
Ooh,
so that's like a little bit more difficult.
Are you and Joe setting like a budget between you guys, or what do you? How do you do that?
Honestly, we haven't really talked about it that much, and we probably should.
We're setting ours to 500 this year. Because usually I just kind of go ham and I don't calculate, and then I'm like, oh, I spent way too much. Oh, it's the Artisan series, I think. Is that the one you're talking about?
Is it?
It's like cream.
Yeah, that's actually the one. What is it called? Artisan?
Yeah, Artisan series.
I typed in Crate and Barrel. That's not helpful.
But Cam wants an Aura ring, so I think I'm gonna get that.
That's on my list too.
You want that, Dev?
Yeah.
I think I definitely want it after we get married to track my cycle, because that part's cool. Are you gonna use it for that?
Yeah.
I'll use it for everything.
Nice. I was worried that it would be like I would have a low readiness score or whatever and be like, I can't do anything today. Like,
I don't really know much about it.
But my mom said that it's actually the opposite, that typically when she thinks she feels bad or something, that she'll have a high score and be like, oh, okay, like I actually didn't sleep good. I can't function.
I'm
I
very
kind of
interested
like
in my
that thought
sleeping.
process.
Yeah, me too.
Because I used a Fitbit for a little while and it fucked with my head so badly when I was like, because I would have a really bad sleep score.
Oh, yeah. See, that kind of stressed me out, that it would just say that I slept badly all the time. And I'd be like, what the fuck?
But honestly, I would probably use it more for like all the other things versus just sleeping. Because if it like fucked with my head too much sleeping, I would just take it off for sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think your sleep score has to do with like all of it. Or the readiness score, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh, a little gift that would be good for like other people is a candle warmer.
That's on my list too.
I love it. I got 2 of them. I don't know if you saw the link I got, but like it's really pretty. It's gold and it has like black and it's really heavy. So it like feels more
nice.
expensive.
But I think it was like $20 or $30 or something. So that's a really good gift for people. And I like it better because it doesn't like tunnel your candles. So you can like actually maximize the like burn time on all of them.
My Christmas lists always end up being like things that I've wanted all year but have not bought myself because of whatever reason.
I always forget those. Like, do you keep a running list the whole year?
I know like some things that I've wanted a humidifier since like last year and I haven't got myself one, so that's on my list. I want like
Canopy.
a Jolie shower head. Yeah. Like things like that for some reason I won't buy myself.
I know.
But I want a bunch of hair products.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I think I'm going to ask for a standing desk and a walking pad.
Nice.
I'm going to make myself.
I like that.
I feel like if I was able to walk, I would stand more often. Like, I hate just standing still.
Yeah. I did not like just standing.
Yeah, I hope I like it. That's also like, what if I just don't like it whatsoever?
I think you really have to like get in the habit of it. It's not something like you just start doing it.
Yeah.
Because I definitely go off and on with it.
It's like a fucking iPad. Like, I cannot get in the habit of like using my iPad. It's been
That's
dead
really
for
good to
ages.
know. I've like avoided using an iPad because I had an iPad for work for 6 years and I only used it on the plane to watch movies. I never picked it up for anything else. I always think
that I would use it way more and I never use it for anything. And then every time I try to go use it, it's dead. And
Me
I'm
too.
like, okay, well, great. I can't use it.
No. Never mind. That's annoying.
You know, it's funny. I was at the store something the other day and it was like talking about the end of the year wrap up and like pop culture things that have happened throughout the year. And do you guys remember like literally in January where we're like, we need to keep a note of every pop culture thing that happens throughout the year, so then at the end of the year we can talk about all of them? I think we wrote down like 3.
You have to be written down.
Like, did not keep track. Let me look in my notes.
That would be really hard for me to remember.
Yeah.
Like, did not write it down whatsoever.
There's little things like that I try and like keep in my notes app, but then I like just totally forget.
Yeah.
I started treating my notes app kind of like a Word doc, which is probably not helpful.
Yeah, I use my notes app all the time for everything.
Same. I have so many. And now that you can like pin them, it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, because then you have too many pinned.
Okay, yeah, I found it. Literally only has January. Alex Earl, influencer tart trip, Michaela scandal. That's all I have.
And we literally talked about those in podcast episodes. So,
you know what I think is crazy is that Alex only had like 1 million followers last year at the same time.
It is crazy.
And like 100,000 on Instagram or something.
That's why I kind of think that like these creators are doing something behind the scenes to like get people to talk about them.
Like
because
publicists?
Like, yeah, or something like that. There's got to be something that like.
I think she just did a really good job of selling products. So everyone was talking about like her just very organically.
Yeah.
I don't.
And she was so consistently posting like 4 videos a day, every single day.
But so many people do that.
But I think that there is like random luck with it as well. And then once the momentum happens, then it just keeps going, where then somebody else who's doing the same thing is like behind.
Or I think TikTok.
TikTokers.
TikTok picks people to elevate,
Yeah,
or something. Like, I just think there's something else.
I'm pretty sure somebody who literally worked at TikTok and then quit said that, like, that the videos pass through and they can kind of boost certain ones and hide certain ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just a conspiracy theory.
Another self-care thing that I feel like I'm doing good about this year is usually in December I'm like freaking the fuck out of like, I didn't hit my goals. What are my goals next year? I didn't hit any of this, like freaking out.
Yeah.
And I'm like not doing that this year. I'm like very living in the moment, and I'm not like, oh, the year is ending. That is the end of this goal or whatever. Like time literally doesn't matter. It does not matter that it's a new year. Like, you can continue all these habits and you can like start things new now. It doesn't need to be like January 1st I'm starting these, and by the end of December 31st I need to have all of these goals done.
Yeah.
I like that. It definitely relieves a lot of that pressure. I wonder if that's what, like, I wonder how many people like kind of feel that extra pressure. I definitely think there's some things with like work that it's kind of hard to avoid that because they're so like down your throat about year end and like, what are you going to do? Like, how is this going? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, everyone's doing their reviews.
Yeah. But I think there's like a balance, like a fine balance between like celebrating what you did and like reflect. Because I think that like there's been some years where I'm like head in the sand, like I don't care about like what I did or didn't do. But it's really helpful to like reflect on all of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess, or just like the balance of like you have years where you're focusing on different things, because that is impossible to, for a whole year, maintain these like 5 or 6 different aspects of your life. Like,
Yeah.
maybe one year you're really good at working out and you're really good at your job and you're really excelling at things, but you're not seeing your friends as much. And maybe one year you're like thriving in your friendships, but then your work is slipping. Like,
Yeah.
can't do everything.
No. It's very hard to have a balanced life.
I think the other thing too that like I kind of realized for this year is that, and I'm like excited to take into next year. We'll talk more about this, but just like enjoying more the ebbs and flows that like the year brings. Like, the wintertime is a different time for me than like the summertime, and I like feel more energized in the summer and like leaning into that. And then like fall time comes around and I just feel a little like less motivated, and just like leaning into those different seasons versus being like, you're wrong. And like,
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm pretty sure balance was literally the word that I picked for 2023, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, our intentional words.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I picked balance.
I need to read back on that. Or listen to
I don't know what mine
rather.
is. Clearly did a great job.
I don't know. I'm excited for Christmas. I feel like I'm about to embrace the whole season. I'm excited to go cut down a tree and decorate this week.
Yeah.
I'm excited to like lead into just more Christmas and just like feeling it and enjoying
it. But it's hard to feel it sometimes. Like, I'm just expecting myself to feel how I felt.
I feel like you felt that last year.
I know. It's just getting older.
Maybe having, like, I feel like maybe doing it with Cameron makes it more exciting sometimes, because then it's like us together. Like, it's like me making
you
it
have
for
someone
somebody
to
else.
make traditions with or something.
Yeah.
Deb, you should do a little photo shoot with Willow. I feel like you always have a really cute like Christmas photo shoot.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. Cute.
You got all those lights though.
I know.
I miss doing photo shoots as much.
I know, you used to do a lot of them.
Yeah, I like to literally just stop.
I know, Dev used to do a ton.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
I need to get back into it.
I really want to.
It's just so annoying setting everything up, and I don't know. I'm lazy.
My dad gave me that film camera, and I looked it up on TikTok, and apparently it's like, great starter film camera for beginners. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, that works out perfectly.
Good. Yeah,
that is perfect.
Yeah, so I'm excited to try it, except like I'm just scared for the first time. Like, that's so, like, I just have to do it, and then
you're not gonna know.
Have no idea if it actually worked or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's expensive practice, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I was gonna ask my dad for film for Christmas maybe, because then he'd be excited to give me more film for the camera.
That's a good idea. I wish I could ask for like cameras for Christmas, but they're fucking expensive.
You can ask for gift cards.
That's a good idea.
We are taking the next 2 weeks off of the podcast, and then we will be back in the new year.
Yeah, season 3.
And then in that episode, we're going to reflect on the last year and then our goals for 2024.
I feel like we should do 2 separate episodes because it's going to be long as fuck.
I think we did that last year.
Yeah, I think we did too. Reflecting and then goal setting.
Okay, perfect. I love that. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the new year. We hope you have wonderful holidays. Stick to your boundaries. Have some fun. Give yourself some self-care.
Yep.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.